But let's move on to another guy on your background there, another big time receiver who got a payday. DK Metcalf gets a very similar deal, 3 years, $72 million. Should the Seahawks have given him that deal or what, or should they have traded him? Gee.
Definitely give him the deal. Are you crazy? Look at the depth chart on this team, man. With it, Tyler Lockett goes down. All there is DK Metcalf. They got to pay him. Metcalf's only 24. He's younger than all these guys behind me. He's the youngest guy of all these receivers that are getting money. So, hey, man, this guy's worth it. He's got the stats to back it all up. There are 10 receivers this year who got a new deal.
Yeah.
Averaging at least $20 million a year. There was only 4 at the end of last year. Now there's 10. Okay. So he's one of those. The market's exploding for these receivers behind me. And DK Metcalf just got a 3-year extension worth $72 million on Friday.
Yeah. Hey, I actually think they should have traded him. That's where my head's at. Now,
how does that help Seattle?
Does he deserve this deal? 100%. He is insanely talented. He looks like a Greek god when he takes his shirt off. He's faster than Tyreek Hill, but at the same time, bigger than a middle linebacker. Like he's
reminds me of T-Money back in college, kind of that freaky body, you know?
Yeah. Freaky in disgusting terms, not in Greek goddess terms. I appreciate that. No, the guy deserved the deal 100%, but I think he should have been traded sort of like AJ Brown was, where Titans didn't want to pay him. And so they trade him, get assets back, and AJ Brown gets his new deal. Seahawks are in a total rebuild. Their defense is utterly horrible, was all-time worst pass defense last year, one of the worst in NFL history. Their offensive line is atrocious, and now their quarterback room consists of Geno Smith and Drew Lock. How do you rebuild? You got to trade assets to get draft picks. They need to get younger. Yes. They need to have first-round picks. They need to restock the cupboard here. Tyler Lockett is fine. He's a good enough. He's like a Brandon Cooks. He can be a number 1 receiver on a bad team and not be, he's produced before DK Metcalf got there. I think they just should have traded. I could have gotten 2 firsts for DK Metcalf. He's that young, that special, and that could extremely in the big QB draft this next year. They can go up and get CJ Stroud or Bryce Young or someone like that. Like that's what they need to do is restock the cupboard, get younger at quarterback, get offensive linemen in there, and they need a rebuild there. They do. And the only way to do that's to trade assets. And I just think DK Metcalf was your biggest asset. And now he's locked up. He's not going to be able to get yards, and he's going to be unhappy with Drew Lock throwing balls into the ground at his feet. I just think,
hey, I thought the question was to me. I mean, you can get, you just went on and on there. No, I agree with your point there. I agree with your point. That's a good point you're making. I don't know though. I'm thinking about if I'm Seattle, I want to win. Okay, am I going to rebuild and win 3 years from now? Yeah, I want to win. Why am I a coach or general manager if I'm not trying to win games?
Well, I agree. I agree with you. Okay. There's a difference. Coaches and teams and coaches and players don't ever tank. They always want to win. But an owner and a GM got to make a conscious decision on when they need to restock the cupboard and when they need to rebuild. That's a little bit different.
I don't know that Tennessee made the right move there with AJ. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I disagree with that one. I disagree with that one.
Well, you're saying that strategy is the way to go, though.
Yeah, but Tennessee was the number 1 seed last year. They should have kept that team together. Whereas Seahawks are going to be horrible this year, regardless if DK's on their team or not.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think,
I'm just more right. I know what you mean.
You gotta go for wins. You can't go for wins 3 years from now.
You're not disagreeing, but I'm more right. I agree with you.
No, I'm not really saying that. But hey, did you know Metcalf's one of 4 receivers who got a huge extension? 3 of them are behind me. Debo, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin's the 4th one. Terry McLaurin from that 2019 draft class. Those 4 guys. Metcalf got the best contract on all 4 of them. So they went after him. Seattle did. Now they got to focus on Tyler Lockett, make sure that he's nice and secure too, and they'll have 2 good receivers there for next year when they bring in that quarterback.
All right.